Have you ever heard the expression, people just don't get together like they used to? Hello and welcome to this week's Midweek Minute. In rural areas in the upper Midwest, in previous generations, it used to be a very common practice for neighbors and friends and relatives to get together in one another's homes. In fact, you could even drop by at a neighbor's house unannounced and be welcomed in and enjoy a time of visiting together and a cup of coffee and probably a little lunch. Now we don't live 40 years ago, we don't live 70 years ago, we live in a new time and an era. However, that doesn't diminish the fact that we need connection. We need that mutual encouragement that comes from sitting across the table from someone, from being able to put an arm around someone's shoulder. 3 years ago, when the pandemic hit, we became very isolated with social distancing and sheltering in place. And we quickly learned how unhealthy that was for us as people. Recorded in the Bible, in a letter that Paul wrote to the believers in Rome, he expresses his desire to see them and to spend some time with them. His wish is described at the beginning of the book in Romans 1 verse 12, where he says, to be mutually encouraged by each other's faith, both yours and mine. So what can we do today in 2023 to mutually encourage one another? I believe we have to be intentional about it. We can't just wait for it to happen. We can't just wait for somebody to be the one to invite us. We have to be the one to reach out. But it's so easy for us to stay isolated, to stay kind of in our own little world, to stay kind of hidden behind social media and electronic communication. But when we rely only on electronic communication and our electronic devices, we miss out on so much. So instead, let's use our electronic devices and our communication that we have at the tip of our fingers to reach out to people instead of just passively scrolling along. Let's use our devices to connect, to send a text message. Hey, I'm thinking about you. Using our devices to make a call, to send a text and say, hey, let's get together for a walk. Let's get together for a cup of coffee. Come on, let's plan to come get together at my house for appetizers. Whatever it is, we need to use whatever means we have to stay connected, not just stay isolated. And so even using our devices and set the alarms and set it on our calendars so that we can have a reminder, hey, remember to connect and get together. We need, in 2023, mutual encouragement, encouraging each other in the faith. Let's find ways to do that. Well, thank you for tuning in today, and have a very blessed week.